Sometimes in life, you screw up and you have to change. And change is always what's going to get us to the life that we're supposed to have. And then you also have to admit when you screwed up, and that's what I did. Several years ago, when I changed my life, I focused my life in a new direction because I knew I had discovered something that was going to give people this great life and the ability to understand who they are because I had gone through so much in my life and suffered and done all of these, experienced all these really great hardships. And I thought, I don't want people to go through that because I have information where they won't have to do that. And it started out great. The first people were really great, but then um, that momentum stopped, and that was really me. And because I realized that not everyone was going to do this work. The reason I knew that I wanted to do this because I knew the world was going to change. We were going to move through this generational change and our souls would be disrupted. That's what would happen. And because I had this work, I thought, well, everyone would want to do that. That didn't happen. They're not doing that. And because not everyone will look at themselves or the world in the same way. I know that we come in and we have to evolve and we have all these generational blockages and things we must move through. And because I'm the person who has to investigate everything, I had to figure it out. And because I then became a mystic, I knew what it was and I knew that people could move through whatever was there. But I also had to understand that sometimes they don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that because I couldn't accept what I had. I couldn't accept who I had become because it was so different than what I had done before. And so I had to change, which is what I'm doing. And so my program's it's still there, it'll be there, and people can do it. And that's what you can do. But then I'm going to focus on private clients and I tried to make that decision many, many years ago because um, instead of really working myself so hard at this age because I have all the information. I've been doing this for so long, so I do have all of that. But sometimes you have to change, and that's what I'm doing. And I want everyone on my list, my mailing list, too, to understand why I'm doing this because many of them are not the ones who want to do this work, and so I have to move in a little different direction, which is what sometimes you have to do. You have to really examine that and I was just doing myself in for so long. But my program is there. It'll change your life, anyone who does it. That I know. But my focus has to go to working with people who really want to understand and go deeper into who they are. And that's unlimited. There doesn't matter where you are in life. There's always some blockage on our evolutionary path that we're going to have. Doesn't matter how much money you've made or what you've done, there's still something else because that's your soul journey. So that's going to be my focus from now on. But I just wanted everyone to understand that. But again, the program is there. People can do it and it will change your life. And that's what will happen because it's already done that. But just look at what you want in your life. And I have to stop um, doing myself in and working so hard because it's been draining financially, emotionally, all of that because I'm this empathetic person thinking everyone's going to want to get better and move all through. I'm just saying it's just not something that everyone's going to want to do, and I understand that. I have to understand that now because I was so stubborn. That's really what I have to say. I I like will keep pushing to say, wait a minute, you can be great. No, you can be, but it has to be something that you want to do, and I wanted to do it because of how difficult my life was, so that's why. But everybody's going to make a different choice. But I just wanted to say that today, so people, when you understand why things will be shifting for me, it's because I have to focus on what's going to be the best for me, which is what you're supposed to do. But again, my work is always going to be here. See you soon.